That one went viral. Bebe is flying to his new home in China on Tuesday, so this is his final weekend at the zoo. China owns and leases all of the giant pandas at zoos in the U.S. It has an agreement that all of them must be returned when they turn 4. Bebe's 4th birthday was in August. The zoo is holding a series of events to say goodbye, including a dumpling party and free hot cocoa. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
The last survivor of one of the world's most famous disasters has died at age 90. Walter Donner was 8 years old when the airship, the Hindenburg, he and his family were on, burned and fell from the sky in New Jersey. His mother tossed him and his brother to safety, but his father and sister were among the people killed. Sam Litzinger, CBS News.
I'm adamant about going on my daily walk. One of the things I'm intentional about is safety. I recently discovered Tiger Lady.
For almost 5 years, Tiger Lady, the easy-to-use self-defense tool, has been providing people a sense of safety. Here's what our users have been saying on social media.
Tiger Lady is discreet, lightweight, and distills a sense of confidence. All you have to do is make a fist, and sharp cat-like claws come out. It also collects DNA, a function that pepper spray and other self-defense tools don't have.
Tiger Lady requires no training, is safe to carry, and legal in all 50 states. And Tiger Lady is recommended by self-defense instructors and police officers.
I'm always alone in the city. I always make sure I have my claws from Tiger Lady.
Tiger Lady has been re-engineered for even sharper claws. Get Tiger Lady today for you or someone you love by going to TigerLady.com. Get a pack of 4 at a savings of over 15% off. Plus, for this week only, use code TIGER to save an incredible 30% off. Plus, free shipping. Go to TigerLady.com and use the code TIGER. That's TigerLady.com.
Ladies, your safety is important. You need Tiger Lady.
The following program is a paid presentation. The views and or opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of KWAM.
Yeah. AM 990. What's the deal? We keep it real. We unleash, y'all know what it is. We unleash, you gon' get all the biz. We unleash, we gon' show off your skills for real. So tune in for advice and news every Saturday night if you like the truth. We stand up for your rights and rules. Saturdays at 5, we'll fight for you. Skitty and GQ for LGBTQ. We keep it simple, but keep it equal. Skitty and GQ for LGBTQ. We keep it simple, but keep it equal. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Ow! This is the S to the K to the double E to the T to the E to the R, and I'm sitting here with Lakeisha Gomes, and we're sitting here missing Gwen, and we're in the house today on this November month. It's still Scorpio month. My birthday next week. I'm turning up all month, and we're fired up. Hello, somebody. Hello. Thank you for it. Gosh. Well, this is the livest show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. This is the Unleashed Voice radio show. We educate, empower, and enrich the community. We have a great guest on the show. We're going to talk about adoption. November is National Adoption Month, and we'll get into that in a second. But I have something on my mind real quick. It was an interview that was on the Breakfast Club this week with Flame Monroe. And so Flame Monroe is a comedian in the LGBT community. I think Flame Monroe is transgender. She has pronouns. She goes he, she, we. Those are the pronouns she uses. She said he cashes the check, she tells the joke, and we something else. I don't know what it was. But anyways, she was on the Breakfast Club, and some of the things she said during her interview kind of moved me and bothered me. She made herself look very stupid on the Breakfast Club. And I'm a fan of, I was a fan of Flame Monroe. I'm not a fan anymore because when you go sell yourself out for some publicity, you look very stupid, which she did. So nevertheless, during the interview, matter of fact, let me go to the dictionary. Let me help educate some people real quick. We educate people on the show. Let me tell you guys, and I hear a lot of people say this, people within the community, and people who live outside of a community. Lifestyle. The definition of a lifestyle is the typical way of life of an individual, a group, or a culture. a lifestyle is associated with, reflecting, or promoting, or enhance, or more desirable lifestyle. For instance, I like to work out. That's my lifestyle. I like to work out. So I can choose my lifestyle. I like to go get my nails and my feet done. I groom myself. That's part of I get my hair cut once a week. That's a lifestyle that I do. I choose to do these things. I did not wake up on 1979 and say, I want to be gay today. So it bothers me when people say that my lifestyle, your sexual orientation is not your lifestyle. That's just a part of you. Now, some people believe that, but no, that's not your lifestyle, being a person within the LGBT community. So, number one, she was wrong with that, talking about lifestyle. Then, number two, she said that the community forces their lifestyle, what she said, upon individuals. And that was an issue that we have in society. And I didn't understand what she meant by that word, forcing our quote-unquote lifestyles on society. Some things have to be done with intention in order to get attention to it. For instance, if Black America would have not forced during the segregation period, when segregation was legal, would have not fought, and would have not brought attention to that issue, nothing would have been done. We still would have been having segregation in this world. So you have to bring certain issues to the forefront. So I think people within the community, such as myself, who have businesses, who have to be intentional out here working with people in the community, you do have to force yourself in the community to get recognized, to get respect, to get your name out here so people would know you're out here. So you do have to force your way in the political realm, in society, in the business world. So I don't understand what she meant by that. But during the interview, it was really sad to see her sell herself out like that. And so if you want to get in this, you got about 5 minutes before we jump subjects. The number in the studio is 901-260-5926. Again, the number in the studio is 901-260-5926. And I did not like that. It was just really sad that you can go back and Google it and look it up, but a lot of people were angry by her comments, and a lot of people were saying, oh, she's telling the truth, she's telling the truth. No, she's not telling the truth. I don't force my lifestyle upon quote-unquote lifestyle on anybody, because my lifestyle is working out. My life is who I am. I walk with me all day. Matter of fact, my sexual orientation and all those things, that represents 5% of me, if that much. I don't walk around with a damn flag on my head all day. So she really bothered me with that. And if y'all know her, call on the phone. Tell her call the studio, because I want to find out what that word forcing means. I didn't like that. And so that really bothered me. And so call on the phone. Tell her Clemens said call in at 901-260-5926. We have a caller. Caller, you live on the livest show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Brother David, what's going on?
You got it, man. I agree with you 100%. And it seems that some people within your community are just ignorant, right?
Yes.
Maybe I called for something else. But I want to make a quick comment about the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
I think Charlemagne is a little homophobic.
He's not a little homophobic. He's a homophobe.
Okay. See, I don't listen to it enough to know, but I was looking one time and I said, man, that wasn't cool.
Yeah, Charlemagne, whatever his name is, he's a homophobe. He is.
Okay. So maybe that was the reason too that she felt compelled to, but that's messed up. You are who you are. Define yourself. Defend the definition.
Right.
So here's my question.
Uh-huh.
Years ago, I called in and I asked a question about queer.
Okay.
And because when I was going to school, queer was a pejorative.
All right.
Right?
Right.
And your mother explained to me that your community embraces it now.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how she explained it, so I had to let her do it. But basically she said your community is turning something negative into something positive. Now, I don't personally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's your decision. That's your community decision. Because I don't. That's like black people saying the N-word, right? Which I don't do.
Right.
So to me, it's the same. What's your position on this? What was your politician? Was you a board member or something that used the word? And almost lost his job or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I didn't read that this week. He used which word?
Queer.
He used queer. I didn't read the article.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't want to misspeak, but I didn't read it, the article regarding it. I'll look it up, and I'll be ready for you next week regarding it.
Okay, that'll work. I'll be listening next week as well. Please comment on it. And, man, have a good, if I don't talk to you again, have a good holiday season, you and yours, man.
Likewise.
Peace.
Thanks for calling in. Yeah,
all right.
This is the Unleashed Voice radio show, and like I said, we was just doing a clap back to the conversation that Flame Monroe had on the Breakfast Club. I thought it was very insulting. It was degrading. I don't use these words often. It was stupid for her to get on that show and embarrass herself in the manner that she did with those people on the Breakfast Club. I just didn't understand that. But nevertheless, I'm done with it. But if you want to call in or get her on the phone, she's welcome to call in at 901-260-5926. So I'll let our guest introduce herself before we take our first break. Guest, you have the microphone. Introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lakeisha Gomes. I am the regional manager at Youth Villages for foster care and adoptions.
And so today, November, is National Adoption Month. Also, November is National Transgender Awareness Month. So we have a lot going on in the city, and we have agencies here who are inclusive with adoption, and we're going to learn how we can become foster parents. We're going to learn how we can adopt. We're going to learn the requirements. We're going to learn a lot of things. So if you are interested in adopting and you know someone who's interested, please tell them tune into the show. We're going to be talking about this, and you can get some nuggets today and get some information to adopt and help out in this great world we live in. But this is the Unleashed Voice radio show. We're going to take a break and be right back after this pause for the calls. But tell somebody to tune in to the live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. And if you know Flame Monroe, tell her call in at 901-260-5926 and ask for Clemens. Holla!
Trying to keep it peaceful, it's a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. and cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. Yeah. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Guess they see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that'll live me. They gon' never search what's different with me. God's plan, God's plan, God's plan.
Choices is a nonprofit sexual health clinic in Midtown Memphis. We accept TennCare and offer patient assistance to help pay for needed services. Choices is proud to provide comprehensive reproductive health services in an LGBTQ-affirming environment. We offer a wide range of services, such as general wellness, fertility assistance, STI testing and treatment, reproductive health services for people living with HIV, including PrEP and PEP, birth control, Gardasil vaccinations, abortion services, miscarriage management, and services for trans and gender nonconforming people, including hormone replacement therapy. Everybody needs choices.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
In Memphis, condoms are free from Planned Parenthood and their friends all over town.
Nothing sexier than free. So check out freecondomsmemphis.org and get some.
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Want to talk about sex? Talk about condoms at freecondomsmemphis.org. Get some before you get some. freecondomsmemphis.org.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Go get tested for HIV/AIDS because HIV/AIDS has become the third leading cause of death among African Americans between the ages of 25 and 34. Even more surprising is the fact that this disease has become the leading cause of death for African American women between the ages of 25 and 34. The spread of HIV/AIDS is the single greatest health crisis currently confronting African Americans.
Join the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated each Sunday at 12:30 p.m. for our Spirit-Filled Worship Service and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these power-packed services. We are a church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis culture. The church is located inside Bunn Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Goose Jr., Senior Pastor of the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
This is the city. This is their story. Some names have been changed, and so many lives have been changed too. They're going to give you the facts, just the facts. Some call this a city of crime. When they're done, it's going to be the city that cares a lot. This is the city, Memphis, Tennessee. We're fearless, inspired, on fire, Hungry rabble of revolutionaries has transformed hearts and minds, not with weapons, but with their own brand of compassion, integrity, and hard work. All they're asking is for you to join their movement. It's easy to join with a donation of $20, $50, or $100, and it's all for the nonprofit organization Relationships Unleashed. With this donation, you will help enhance the 3 core principles of education, empowerment, and enrichment to the LGBTQ community and its allies. Go to www.relationshipunleashed.com. On the World Wide Web, relationshipunleashed.com. All donations are tax deductible. Come on, join the movement. By the way, I don't need a badge or a gun. I carry a microphone, bub.
You ready to show? Yeah. I got drink of living left in the kitchen whipping magic. I got drink of living left.
And we're back. This is the live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. This is the Unleashed Voice radio show where we educate, empower, and enrich the community. Hey, Alex, call in at 901. I saw your comment you put on the post. Call in at 901-260-5926. Let's talk about that when you call in. 901-260-5926. But we're here with Lakeisha Gomes of Youth Villages, and we're going to talk about adoption and foster care. And so, Lakeisha, let's talk about how many kids are in need of adoption and foster care.
Well, the number always grows. There's always a need. Over the last year, we serviced over 30,000 families and children at Youth Villages.
Wow.
As it relates to foster care and adoption, of course, that can vary because our overall goal is to reunite children with their birth family. And unfortunately, those things don't always happen, or that's not always an option to be able to reunite the family.
Okay.
And so as time goes on, we look to provide a forever home for a child via adoption. Currently in Shelby County, we have about 900 children that are currently in state's custody.
Okay.
Children that we are working to either return home with family or working to have a forever home through adoption.
Forever home. So let's get the myth. Let's break down what's foster parents and what's adoption.
So foster parents are additionally designed to be a support. So foster parents are a temporary placement when children have to come into custody and not able to remain in their birth home. At that time, we depend on foster parents to be a support, help with counseling services, help with homeschool links of those children, help with community activities, and help to engage the birth family to return those children home. Adoption is more permanent.
Right.
So when a child is in your home and you are seeking to adopt that child, at the time that child is free and clear for adoption, that child is now your child as if you gave birth to that child.
Okay, so you can be a foster parent first to the child, and then you can adopt the child.
Correct. In the state of Tennessee, you do have to foster to adopt first. If you adopt from foster care, a child has to be in your home for 6 months.
Okay.
And so at Youth Villages, our parents are trained to be able to foster and adopt. Some come in and just only want to foster, and as the time goes on, they decide to adopt.
Okay.
And as long as that child is free and clear for adoption in your home for 6 months, then you can move forward with the adoption.
Okay, well, I don't think we gave your position. What is your position with Youth Villages?
I am the regional manager for Memphis Foster Care and West Tennessee Adoption. So that covers Jackson, Dyersburg, and Paris.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot. So
it keeps them busy.
I can only imagine. What about the race ratio of the kids? How does that makeup look?
Well, naturally, here in Shelby County, we are a heavily African-American population.
Mm-hmm.
So our children that are from Shelby County have been placed with us as well.
Okay.
But we also do place children from every county in the state. So we do have children that are from East Tennessee as well as from Middle Tennessee. And so there is a variety when it comes down to race.
Interesting. Very interesting. So how does the process look for... We got to do both fostering and adoption.
Correct.
Okay, how does the process look for fostering?
So initially, when you are interested in becoming a foster parent, at Youth Villages, we do have staff that train you.
Okay.
They provide you a 7-week training to give you all the skills to become equipped to work with our children.
Okay.
And that's very, very important for us because for us at Youth Villages, like I said before, we're looking for more than just you to be a foster parent. We're looking for you to be a support to that child, and we're looking for you to be a temporary parent to that child. And so we also look for you to be actively involved in the child's therapy needs, as well as in school, as well as engage the children in school activities. And so you will go through that training process with our training and recruiting staff. You also are required to have background checks, fingerprints. You have to have appropriate housing.
Okay.
You have to have vehicle. You have to have income. And so you do have to be able to have the basics,
So
necessities.
What's appropriate housing?
So, for example, appropriate housing, let's say you are a single individual that you're wanting to foster.
Okay.
And you want to foster 2 children.
All right.
You need to be able to have appropriate bedrooms and set up for those children.
Okay.
So if you want to foster, let's say you want to foster 2 boys and you want to utilize 1 bedroom, that would be appropriate as long as there are bunk beds or 2 twin beds in the room with adequate dresser and closet space for their belongings.
So if you're a foster parent, do you get any type of financial support to help you with the daycare, the insurances, maybe food or whatever, if you're in that program for fostering?
There is a monthly per diem that is provided to help compensate for the parents providing for the needs of the kids.
And that's for fostering?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Well, that helps out so you can, because that helps out. It's needed.
Yes, and children eat a lot of food.
Yeah, and childcare is expensive, and uniforms and pep rallies and all that stuff, pencils and pens, everything's expensive. Okay, so that's some reassurance. Okay, 7 weeks, pass all the preliminary. 7 weeks. Okay, what about adoption? I'm ready for adoption after I completed my year 2 or 3 fostering the child.
The biggest difference in order for you to be qualified to adopt is you have to have a contingency plan. And so the training is all the same. There's no additional training.
Okay.
The training is the same. The contingency plan is a plan in which you are identifying who your family or friends would be to care for your adoptive child if something were to happen to you. And so we like to make sure that there is a contingency plan. Because if something were to happen to an adoptive parent, we would not want that child to return to custody. We want them to be able to remain in that family network. And so that is the biggest difference with the adoption piece. We also work with our foster parents to help them set up outside counseling services when they're moving towards adoption.
Yeah.
So while they're still in foster care, our staff provides the therapy services for them. Once we move towards adoption, we have adoption specialists that actually work to help the parents set up outside counseling. We want to make sure that it's counseling that is going to be a good fit for the child, as well as counseling that the parent is comfortable with. Because a lot of our parents, this is new for them. So the whole ramification of child welfare and counseling is all new. And so we help them along that way to set those up, because the reality of it is, at the end of the day, if a child has been receiving counseling services, they will need some type of ongoing counseling.
Right.
It may not be weekly, it may not be monthly, but they will need that additional support ongoing. As well as being from your birth family can be traumatic. It can be a traumatic experience. And as kids get older, they'll have questions. And so having that counseling service in place will help them. And then so from that additional portion, the adoption specialists also support the foster parents and all of the nicks and crannies and the fine tunings of it.
Okay.
So we help them to locate an attorney to do the adoption. We help to do any of the paperwork. So anything that the attorney requests, we help the parents gather all that information so they're not out there on their own.
Well, that's good.
So the whole way, a Youth Village's staff member is working with you from beginning to end.
Okay. So are the youth villages, are they inclusive with the adoption? Meaning, can we have a married couple, heterosexual married couple, same gender loving couple, single parents, whomever decide to adopt if they meet all the criteria, the preliminary criteria?
Yes, Youth Villages is inclusive. You can be single, married, legally separated, or cohabitating for 3 years.
Oh, okay. So if you are interested in adoption or have questions regarding this process, give us a call here in the studio at 901-260-5926. Again, the number is 901-260-5926. So you can ask Ms. Lakeisha Gomes any questions you may have, or send the questions in via social media so we can ask all those questions regarding it. So where or how can the people get in contact with you or whomever over the process so they can sign up or inquire more, ask for more information regarding this?
Okay, so they can reach us at 188-MY-YV-KID, which is 1-888-699-8543. And they will simply just click on Memphis. And when they click on Memphis, it will actually ring directly to the desk of a staff here in our Memphis office.
You guys have a website?
Yes, it's youthvillages.org.
Let me get on here right now, see how easy this is. Youth Villages.
Our website is very easy to navigate.
.org.
Yes, youthvillages.org. On the drop down of services, there's an option for foster care and there's an option for adoption. So our parents locally here in Memphis would click on the foster care option in order to be connected with a local recruiter.
What I click on?
So you're going to go to services.
Services. Adoption.
There's adoption there, and then there's foster care at the bottom also.
Oh, and the form's on here too.
Correct.
Oh.
So both of those inquiry forms will go directly to our recruiting staff.
Oh, so you have to be 25?
Yes, at Youth Villages, you do have to be 25 in order to foster.
Okay. All right. Let me see what else. You
ought to click on there and come to the next class.
Wait a minute. Hold up now. I have a baby at home. His name Kobe. And he don't like nobody in the house. It's a gray tabby. Let me see. So we got to take a break. We made it to our 5:30 hour. We're going to ask more questions regarding this, how this works, the process, what's needed. So if you want to call in, give us a call here at 901-260-5926. And we're talking to Lakeisha Gomes of Youth Villages, and we are trying to build families, help kids who are in need. So give us a call here in the studio, 901-260-5926, if you have more questions. We'll be right back after this pause for the calls.
Join the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated each Sunday at 12:30 p.m. for our Spirit-filled worship service and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these power-packed services. We are a church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis culture. The church is located inside Bunn Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Goose Jr., Senior Pastor of the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
Go get tested for HIV/AIDS because HIV/AIDS has become the third leading cause of death among African Americans between the ages of 25 and 34. Even more surprising is the fact that this disease has become the leading cause of death for African American women between the ages of 25 and 34. The spread of HIV/AIDS is the single greatest health crisis currently confronting African Americans.
This is the city. This is their story. Some names have been changed, and so many lives have been changed too. They're going to give you the facts, just the facts. Some call this a city of crime. When they're done, it's going to be the city that cares a lot. This is the city, Memphis, Tennessee, where fearless, inspired, unfired, hungry rabble of revolutionaries has transformed hearts and minds. Not with weapons, but with their own brand of compassion, integrity, and hard work. All they're asking is for you to join their movement. It's easy to join with a donation of $20, $50, or $100. And it's all for the nonprofit organization Relationships Unleashed. With this donation, you will help enhance the three core principles of education, empowerment, and enrichment to the LGBTQ community and its allies. Go to www.relationshipunleashed.com on the World Wide Web, relationshipunleashed.com. All donations are tax deductible. Come on, join the movement. By the way, I don't need a badge or a gun. I carry a microphone, bub.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
In Memphis, condoms are free from Planned Parenthood and their friends all over town.
Nothing sexier than free. So check out freecondomsmemphis.org and get some.
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Want to talk about sex? Talk about condoms at freecondomsmemphis.org. Get some before you get some. freecondomsmemphis.org.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Choices is a nonprofit sexual health clinic in Midtown Memphis. We accept 10 care and offer patient assistance to help pay for needed services. Choices is proud to provide comprehensive reproductive health services in an LGBTQ affirming environment. We offer a wide range of services such as general wellness, fertility assistance, STI testing and treatment, reproductive health services for people living with HIV, including PrEP and PEP, birth control, Gardasil vaccinations, abortion services, miscarriage management, and services for trans and gender nonconforming people, including hormone replacement therapy. Everybody needs choices.
And we're back. This is a live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. This is the Unleashed Voice Radio Show where we educate, empower, and enrich the community. Remember, November is National Adoption Month. So we have Lakeisha Gomes of Youth Villages here in the studio. We're talking about adoption process. This is National Transgender Awareness Month. We have a lot going on in November. So let's talk about the process of for the profile for the children. What if I want to adopt a infant?
Okay. So we work, and we're actually a contracted agency with the Department of Children's Services. Okay. All the children are in state custody. Mm-hmm. We do get a lot of inquiries for younger children. People will say, well, I just want one baby. Or, I want two 2-year-old twins. And we will engage those families to really understand what it is that they're looking for. And a lot of the times we will partner with the Department of Children's Services to refer them to the Department of Children's Services to still be able to, meet their heart's desires of wanting to be a foster and adoptive parent. With us, our main focus are our older children, 13 and older. Okay. Not that we do not have any younger children, but our younger children are typically in sibling groups of 3 or more. And that sibling group can be made up of teenager, elementary school child, maybe even an infant. And so that can vary. Okay. We do also get a lot of parents that are just solely interested in adopting. Okay. But they are attracted to the foster care portion because when you do adopt from foster care, there are no fees to the family. Okay. And so that does attract them. And it is actually a very good financial support to be able to adopt directly from foster care. And so some of those families do visit our website and look at our children profiles. And those profiles have pictures of the children. It talks a little bit about some of the things that they like. Mm-hmm. And there's actually a contact on there for their direct adoption specialist where they can contact them directly to get more information in regards to the children that they're interested in.
So you have children who have special needs as well.
Yes, we actually do. At Youth Villages, we do work with children with special needs.
Okay.
And those special needs can vary. We have some children that are medically fragile. We have some children that have G-tube. We have some children that have remained on G-tubes and feeding tubes as they have gotten older as well. Yeah. And so it varies, but we do work with children with medical needs.
And you have some people who enjoy rendering care to people who have special needs.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I knew a lady who used to adopt children who had Down syndrome. And so she would adopt all the kids who had Down syndrome. She was like the neighborhood parent, and she had them, and she just adopted them. And then we befriended the kids and, played with them and all the above. But I didn't learn until later on when I got older. I talked with her, and she said she was intentional on adopting kids who had special needs.
Correct. And, at Youth Villages, we get a lot of that. We get a lot of families that say, yes, I want to foster. Yes, I want to adopt. Or I want to specifically foster and adopt this particular type of child. And so we do have a core group of parents that work strictly with our special needs kids. That's a blessing. And they do very well. They are phenomenal with it. They maintain those hospital visits, those hospital stays. And they're probably the greater support to the children than we are, honestly, as staff. For those kids. And then I also have a lot of foster parents that they love teenagers. Okay. They love teenagers. They only want to foster teenagers. They only want to adopt teenagers. And I'm talking teenagers that are 16 and 17 years old. They're not even looking at 13 and 14. And so a lot of the times it just really comes, with your gift. Fostering can be, an emotional task for foster parents as well. Adopting can be an emotional task.
I can only imagine.
And so it's very important that you truly tap into what your real why is. Yes. and what your purpose is behind it.
Yeah, my mother always talks about what your real why is. So what about the kids who suffer like abuse and neglect? Those kids have a lot of damaged emotionally, mentally, and all the above. How does that work with the counseling to those kids? And
definitely, those are definitely traumatic experiences, especially when children have been abused.
Mm-hmm.
That is a traumatic experience. Removing them from the home is now the second traumatic experience because at the end of the day, their parents are their parents.
Yeah.
And children always love their parents regardless. And rightfully so, they should.
Right.
So at Youth Villages, our staff are trained in trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy in order to be able to address the trauma and the need.
Yeah.
The abuse, any physical abuse, emotional abuse, we will directly address that in therapy.
Okay.
We also work with our foster parents to just kind of be cautious of triggers, things that may trigger them. So, for example, if a child was often abused after school, if a child always came home from school and always got a whooping, we would work with foster parents. Hey, can you have an after-school routine?
Yeah.
Can you have a plan? Until that child has gotten comfortable in your home and understands how your home is and the things that are going on in your home directly.
Yeah.
So, we work closely with the parents to just help them with those little things because those are things that you would not necessarily think of. That, a certain meal can be a traumatic experience for a child if they remember, well, I didn't eat that dinner and I got a spanking for it.
Wow. We have a caller. Caller, you live on the live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. What's on your mind?
Yeah, it's David. I had a question.
Yes.
Does hey, how you doing, ma'am?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I don't know where my manners are. I apologize for that. Does when you foster, do you persuade or dissuade foster parents from adoption? So that, is that an issue, or do many of those who foster end up adopting more than normally? How does that work with that?
Well, honestly, I actually have more foster parents who truly came just to foster that turned into adoptive families. So on the front end, we definitely respect what the foster parents are interested in. So if they say that they're only interested in fostering at this time, we respect that. We do not try to pressure them to adopt. Now, after a child has been in their home for years, because unfortunately, sometimes that does happen, a child will be in their home for a year or 2 years, and it may come up that that child will not return home and will need an adoptive home. And at that time, we will ask that family first. Even though that family may not have never been interested in adopting, we will go to that family first because that family has worked with that child for those years. That family knows that child. And a lot of my adoptions have turned around in that manner simply because the child was there for foster care. The foster parent didn't think the child would remain there. We didn't think the child would remain there. And then after a while, the parents just tell me that they could not see their family without that child there. So a lot of the times it's a matter of, well, I am going to now adopt this child because I cannot see this child not being a part of my family and going to live with someone else after they've lived with me for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I have had a close friend, and she and her husband, they went through the whole process. They decided they weren't foster parents. They just were looking into adopting, and she was telling me, man, it's a thorough process. I mean, what she's describing to me, I'm saying, man, and it's good that it is thorough, right? Because this is a child.
Yes.
So,
yes, it's a child as well as, like I always explain to everyone, we are placing someone else's child in your home. And so we have to be extra cautious and extra careful because our children are already coming from traumatic environments. And so we definitely do not want to put them in a traumatic environment.
Dude, now I remember years ago, this, I think he was an Episcopal priest in Chicago, adopted a child. He was either Episcopal or he was Catholic. I can't remember which one he was. Because to make note that a lot of African Americans were not adopting children. Has that gotten better, or is it just about the same?
I would say it has gotten better. Actually, I have several adoptive families that are serviced out of our Memphis office that are African American that have adopted, and they have adopted teenagers.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for your work, and you have a great day.
Thank you. You have a wonderful evening as well.
Thanks for calling in. So go to the website, youthvillages.org. It's very user-friendly. You click on services, and you can get your questions answered. I think I've asked a lot of these questions on here. Let me ask you this. What if, well, I know this is a chance you take getting attached to the child, and then you go through the court proceeding, and they end up
I knew you were going to ask me that.
going back to the parents, which is a good thing.
Right.
How often, how do you help the people who, I guess, foster get through that process or adopt or whatever?
Well,
I'm sorry.
I'm going to back into it.
All right.
So first disclaimer, and a lot of people do not know this. And of course, if you're not necessarily in child welfare or even remotely in foster care of adoption arena, you wouldn't know this.
Okay.
There are federal laws that do protect birth parents. So even when there is a moving forward of a petition to terminate a birth parent's parental rights, there is a process in which the birth parents can appeal that process. And that process can be appealed at the state and Supreme Court level with that.
Which is good and bad.
So to go back to your question of how do we help the foster parents deal with that, it's interesting because we deal with it on both ends.
Yeah.
The foster parents actually get more attached even in the foster care setting.
Yeah.
And as well as when you're thinking you're moving forward with an adoption and something happens, it can be traumatic for those foster parents. And so we actually meet with the parents. We go out to their home, we meet with them, we talk with them. Sometimes they'll come to the office.
Yeah.
And we also link them up with other mentors to parents that may have gone through a similar experience or parents that we think that they could relate to be able to help them through that process. And sometimes they do ask to take a break, and we respect that, and we allow them to take a break from fostering also.
Well, and I think that's good, to have that process there because it's important because it's like three people involved, the birth parents, the kids, the foster parents. So it's a lot going on. But we have a caller. Caller, you live on the live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. What's on your mind?
Hey, good afternoon to the both of you.
Hello.
Yes, to the regional manager for adoption and foster care. I retired about a year ago, and would I be eligible to foster and then adopt?
Yes, sir. So in regards to employment, the bigger of the two, actually, and let me correct myself, is income. You do have to be able to have sustainable income in order to currently show that you can currently care for yourself and your current household. So if part of your income is retirement or Social Security, we will also accept that as well. We have several foster parents that are actually retired.
Is there a set amount that you have to have?
No, sir. When you call in to speak with our recruiting staff, they'll go in a little bit more detail with you about those things. We don't necessarily have a set amount that you have to be able to make and have as a certain income. We just like to ensure that you're able to take care of your current monthly expenses for yourself and your household.
Correct. Okay. Now, with regard to foster, children. 3 of them.
Yes, sir.
Are there 3 siblings available currently? Do you know of?
Currently for adoption, I cannot say off the top of my head. In regards to fostering, yes, I actually received a referral for some siblings the other night. So we're always getting referrals for siblings. Siblings are definitely referred to us weekly, if not several times a week. And so, yes, if you are definitely interested in fostering siblings, you definitely need to give us a call.
Okay, and what is your number again? I couldn't get it all.
Okay, I'll give you the local number. Let me give you the local number since I have you on the phone. The local number is 901-252-7939.
252-7939?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I appreciate the information.
And then that will go directly to our recruiting staff in the Memphis office. And so, for example, if you were to call this evening, if you just left a detailed message with your contact information, they would actually give you a call back on Monday, as well as you can go to the website, youthvillages.org, and fill out an inquiry form as well.
Okay, very well. I appreciate the time.
You're welcome. You have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks for calling in. Well, I feel good. We might have something on the roll over here. That's good. All right, then. So, once again, if you're interested or have any question for Lakeisha Gomes, she's doing an awesome job here in the studio. Give us a call here at 901-260-5926. Again, the number is 901-260-5926. If you're interested in being a foster parent or signing up for adoption, give us a call here. If you have any questions, let's drop the questions off. Let's talk about it, because everyone deserves a safe, happy home. Everyone. And that's just everyone. And so I'm all for the special need kids. I'm all for kids with siblings. Matter of fact, we have, I know some people within the church has done that. An awesome job. I love the kids. And so it's great to see people happy.
Yes.
You know, point blank. It's just good to see people happy. And I can't stand miserable people. And I feel sorry for those people who are just miserable. But it's good to see children happy and people just happy. So, once again, how can they get in contact with the personnel again? Let's give that local number out, that 888 number, the website again, so they can contact these individuals.
The local number is 901-252-7654. No, that's not. My phone's going to be blowing up.
You get your
the
number?
local number is 901-252-7939. The 1-800 number is 1-888-MY-YV-KID, which is 1-888-699-8543. And the website is youthvillages.org. You would go to services, you would click on foster care, and there is an inquiry form to fill out interested in becoming a foster parent.
Hey, I mean, it can't get any as simple as that. The instructions were given. We need kids in a safe, happy home. We have children right now who are waiting for adoption and fostering. How many kids do we have waiting? Did I ask you that?
Currently waiting, I believe we have 12 profiles on our current website.
Okay.
And while we're talking about waiting, next Saturday is actually recognized as National Adoption Day in the United States.
Wow.
And Youth Villages staff will be down at Chancery Court with other families. We have 2 children that will be getting adopted, so they will have their forever family.
Oh, wow.
And it's a big celebration down at Chancery Court. And they will finalize private and public adoptions.
Oh, wow. I mean, this is awesome. I'm on this profile right now, and I'm seeing some beautiful kids on here right now, and I see some kids that look like me on here.
I told you, just go ahead and call us.
I see this little boy with these big old ears. I used to have big ears in elementary. They used to call me Dumbo. They did. Kids were mean. They were mean in school. Oh, look at the little babies on here. Oh, these kids are beautiful. These kids deserve and they need a loving parent. So, hey, go to youthvillages.org. Click on the website. Go through the website. Click on profile and look at some of these children who need a home. So is it anything that I left out? Anything you want to say to our listeners? Once again, you can call us at 901-260-5926 or ask your question. You have the mic.
All of our services for those that are interested in becoming foster parents or foster to adopt parents are free. So the training is free. We take care of your background checks, your fingerprints. Oh. So all we need is for happy, loving families to contact us and go ahead and get in the next class.
So let me ask you this. Can you come to our church and do like a recruitment class to people in our church who are interested in becoming a foster parent?
Yes, we have actually gone in the community and gone to churches before. Mm-hmm. We definitely like to partner with churches as well. So coming out to your church would not be an issue. We would love to come out.
Okay.
We could even set up a table one Sunday. We can even talk a little bit about it, and then we can go from there just in terms of a class to see if we would be able to actually host the class at the church or if we would need to fold them into our class. But yes.
Matter of fact, I'm going to get you an invitation to the church next Sunday, since next Saturday it's a national day.
Okay.
And so I'll talk with the pastor of the church, and I'll get a number, and I'll get you in contact with him, and we'll get you at the church next Sunday with a table.
Awesome.
Let me ask you this. So what about, I just went blank. I had a great question. Gosh. I had a great question. What? I don't know. I just forgot the question. Gosh, I just went blank. Okay, you keep going, Lakeisha. Maybe I come up with a minute. I just went blank. It just said bloop.
Yes, definitely. If you invite us out, we can have some recruiting staff there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got it. It came back. It came back. So what are the hours, the usual hours for the class? Because I work 9 to 5.
Okay, so that is a good question.
Right.
So we actually offer our classes for those that work. We offer them on Tuesday and Thursdays, 6 to 9.
Okay.
And that Tuesday-Thursday class, they're 2 separate classes.
Okay.
So 2 separate classes of information that you will be getting during the week.
Okay.
For those that are just interested in getting it all done on one day, we offer a Saturday class that starts at 10. So that Saturday class would actually be what the other parents received on Tuesday and Thursday.
I think I may enroll in like the Saturday class. Because, matter of fact, that was on my bucket list to either have a child or to adopt a child before I get older. Seasoned. Because I'll be 40 next week.
Well, come on now.
I feel good. Black don't crack, but but okay, cool. So I'm gonna work on my end. I'll work on getting you a table at our church. I know several possible parents who potential parents who may be interested, and we'll get you in contact with the pastor of the church, and we'll get you a table there to speak on the topic on Sunday at the church. And I think that'd be a good way to put some icing on that weekend next Saturday. So anything you want to say, any shout outs to co-workers, anything, you got 2 minutes, the mic is yours.
Well, first, thank you for definitely having us here today. It's always a great opportunity to bring awareness to the needs, not only globally, but right here in our backyard, in our own communities. Of course, I would definitely shout out my Youth Villages family, my Memphis foster care and adoption family. Thank you for all the hard work every single day, every single night. And so, yes, again, thank you for just having us. Thank you for the opportunity. And I look forward to returning.
I love it. Absolutely. Anything that betters our community, and especially for the children, I'm down for it. And I know you said you didn't have anything to do with this, but I saw an article on WREG. Youth Villages is hiring like 200 people for all like positions. So it's on WREG website. Go on there, play around. But they're hiring like 200 people. If you need a job, I think you should click on that link and get you a job. It's matter of fact, it's a plethora of jobs, different jobs.
Yes. And the increase on the job need, before anyone's like, oh my gosh, what's going on over there? We are actually expanding one of our residential programs. And so we are expanding that program. And we are very, very excited about expanding that program. So with the expansion, we need the extra hands to definitely help care for our children. The link is on WREG as well as on youthvillages.org. I'm going to ask Mr. Clemens to share from my Facebook page the link as well. So you all can go on there, click on the link to see all the different positions that are currently open.
Oh, so you're going to send it to me?
I sure am.
Hey, look. I need some of my friends who are unemployed, people who are looking for additional employment, maybe some part-time jobs.
Yes.
So if you need some extra monies, these are permanent jobs.
Definitely permanent jobs, benefits, everything. Yes.
Hey, you can't permanent benefits. We don't have to worry about any temporary. I need you to go to this link. I'll have it shortly. I'll share it. I'll do what I have to do to help you out. But once again, we have Youth Villages here. Can you give the number out, the website again for the people before we wrap up?
The local number is 901-252-76. No, I did that again.
They're going to wear your number out.
901-252-7939. The 1-800 number. So anyone that you're like, oh, I would love to do it, but I'm moving in the new year. I'm moving to Nashville. I'm moving to Knoxville. We have offices in Nashville and Knoxville. We service every county in the state. And that number is 1-888-MY-YB-KID. So that's 1-888-699-8543. And the website is youthvillages.org.
Hey. You heard it first here on the Unleashed Voice radio show. We are trying to build families. We're going to build families. This facilities, this organization are inclusive. So parents who cannot have kids, people who are in the LGBT community, people who may not be able to have kids, this is a great opportunity. It's rewarding. I think you should look into it. We need children here who need a home, need a loving parent. We need kids who need a happy parent, a happy space. So, hey, life is short. People are dying. Things are changing. Help somebody. Your life is not about you anymore. Help somebody else. And so Once again, I'm Skeeter, Dave and Clemens. Gwen is out resting her knees. I'm playing. She out, but we had a great show. Lakeisha Gomes here. She did an awesome job today. And tune in next Saturday. We'll be back before Thanksgiving. Can I have Christmas music next week, please? Yes, we'll try. Lord have mercy. All right, we're about to get out of here. This is the live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. This is the Unleashed Voice Radio Show. Bump that thing, man. Bump that thing, man. Turn that thing on, man. Hey, this is the live show on KWAM. We out of here. That's it, I think. Oh, my birthday next week. We're going to turn up. We're going to party. We got 1 minute. We out of here. Bye, y'all. Hey, get on social media. Share this video. Share. Tell all your friends. Tune in. Share. And stay with me and follow us on social media. Bye.
Wanna keep it real like this. Wanna play nothing but hits. And promote positiveness. Hey, got your cue on the mic.